You know, in so many homes here in Gatineau, there's a little machine tucked away in the basement that's working around the clock to prevent an absolute disaster. But it's often totally ignored until it's way too late. We're talking about the sump pump. Today, we're going to dig into why they fail, how you can spot the warning signs, and exactly what to do when you need help fast. So let me ask you this. When that next big storm rolls in, what is literally standing between your dry basement and a very, very expensive flood? For so many of us in this area, the answer is just one single hardworking pump. And it really is like a silent guardian, right? It's sitting there in a pit, just waiting to jump in action, pumping out all that groundwater that could otherwise cause thousands of dollars in damage. For any home around here, it's an absolutely essential line of defense. Now here's the good news. A sump pump almost never fails without giving you some kind of warning first. The trick is knowing what to look for, and just as important, what to listen for. Catching these red flags early can honestly be the difference between a simple quick fix and a completely flooded basement. All right, let's break down the specific signs. Are you hearing weird grinding or rattling sounds? Yeah, that's a big, big red flag. Or maybe the pump is running all the time, even when it's dry out. That could be a stuck float switch. That's the little part that tells the pump when to turn on. Or it could be a bad check valve. Either way, that can burn out the motor fast. And if it's cycling on and off way too often, that's another cry for help. And this really gets to the heart of it. The main message here is urgency. These are not problems you can just stick on next month's to-do list. A sump pump's biggest test is always going to be that next big storm. And that is exactly when you cannot afford for it to fail. Taking action now is the best prevention you've got. Okay, so you've spotted a red flag. The clock is ticking before the next downpour, and you need a solution you can actually trust. This is where local experts come in, the folks who deal with these exact situations every single day right here in our community. When your home's protection is on the line, you really need a local team that understands the specific challenges we face in this area. Plombier Gatineau was started for exactly that reason, to provide trusted, professional service right here for our community. So let's talk about the experience behind that name. With over 12 years in business, we're talking about more than a decade of expertise in handling the unique plumbing challenges of the Outaouais region. That kind of longevity, well, it means stability and proven real-world knowledge. And then you've got this number, over 5,000 jobs completed. Just think about that. That's 5,000 different problems that have been diagnosed and solved, and 5,000 chances to earn a customer's trust. You just can't buy that kind of hands-on experience. And all of that hard-won experience, it leads to this, a 4.9-star customer rating. Listen, a score that high is no accident. It's something you earn, job after job, through consistent quality, being on time, and showing genuine respect for every single customer's home. And let's be real, some pumps do not fail on a convenient 9-to-5 schedule. A breakdown in the middle of a storm is a true emergency, and that's why Plombier Gatineau offers 24/7 service. They're ready to go when you need them the most. So experience is one thing, but what really gives you that peace of mind? It's the combination of official professional credentials and the core values that guide every single job they do. Okay, these credentials are your guarantee of safety and quality. That RBQ license, it confirms they are fully qualified, insured, and accountable. Being a member of the CMMTQ means they're held to the absolute highest professional standards. And, of course, full liability coverage means your property is completely protected while they're on the job. But it's not just about the technical skills. It's about the values they bring to every single house call. Honesty first means you get clear, upfront pricing, period. Quality workmanship means they use the right parts and they stand by their repairs. And respect for your home, that one's simple. They leave your space just as clean as they found it. When you're stressing out about a flooded basement, the absolute last thing you need is to be confused about what's going to happen next. So let's just walk through exactly what you can expect when you make that call for help. Their process is designed to be super thorough and transparent. First off, your call is prioritized, especially if the weather is bad. Then they find the root cause, not just the symptom. You will get clear options for the repair. And once the work is done, they test the system over and over to make sure it's reliable. They'll even give you some advice to help prevent problems down the road. This is the big question for homeowners, right? Is it better to just repair the pump you have, or should you invest in a whole new one? It's really a balance between what it costs now and your peace of mind for the long haul. And this is where that honesty first value really shines. They're going to give you a straight answer. Look, if your pump is relatively new and it's a simple issue like a bad switch, a repair makes perfect sense. But if you've got an older pump or a major failure like a dead motor, they're going to tell you that a replacement is the smarter long-term investment to keep your home safe. We started this by asking what's protecting your basement. The answer is a sump pump you can count on. So when it starts showing signs of trouble, there is simply no time to waste. Water damage doesn't wait for a convenient time, and neither should you. So if you recognize any of those warning signs we've talked about, the solution is just one phone call away. For fast, expert 24/7 emergency sump pump service right here in the Gatineau region, call Plombier Gatineau next storm hits.